I had a shot like this, and it was contingent on me getting my job. I remember I had to come to LA to sign Christopher Williams. It was this R&B act back in the days. Andre Harrell said, you know, if you could go to LA and sign Christopher, nobody could really get him to sign the contract. You know, I'll give you a job. And so I went and I met with Chris, and I went and bought him a Porsche. And
mind fucked him.
I mean, I think he was trying to mind fuck me, but I don't think he really realized that I also knew the art of mind fucking. And so I got him to sign the contract. And
Then they do us.
A year has passed since the CCNY tragedy, but people have not forgotten what happened, including the event's promoter, 22-year-old Sean Puffy Combs. He was cited in the New York City Deputy Mayor's report for failing to adequately alert student organizers to the need for strong security and crowd.
I already had we was in the MIDI room just rapping, you know, because we would be in the MIDI room while Biggie or Puff would be working in the other two rooms. And he happened to come in and just hear me rhyming, and I already had that rhyme. Like, he heard it and was like, nah, that's me. Let me get that rhyme right there.
It's so the hottest.
He took that and put that on the Benjamins. But me and Sheik didn't like the Benjamins. He almost like forced us to record.
I'm not even sure. We paid a couple mil to get out. We paid almost $3 million to get out.
To get off Bad Boy.
Yeah, we had no $1 million budget. We did one album there, Inch. We did one album. We did Money, Power, Respect there.
This ain't for albums. This is for life.
This is for life, too. This is
why it's worth killing. It ain't like
when this contract's up.
So if this is for the rest of your life, if you make a song, you have the way it stands. He gets money no matter what.
If we make a Give It to Me or in the club, he's gonna make more off that than we are.
And people don't understand.
That's worth throwing it all out the window.
That's worth saying, wake up saying, yo, I'm tired of this, man. I'm literally tired of this. Like, people, yo, it's a hit, and people, you know, people been calling us.
Bad Boy Records, in a partnership with his production company. Cassie's self-titled debut album was released in August 2006 and debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200. And then, well, you probably know what happens next.
When you have a smoking hot product on your hands, people get excited about the product. People fall in love with the product. And Puffy fell in love with Cassie. And that's his girlfriend today.
Puffy is Puffy. I mean, you know, it's all about what he can do, what he can get from people. That's it. Puffy it's all about himself a lot of times. Because he never really did nothing for me. I mean, when we were coming up, yeah, you know, we had to do things for each other. But, like, I judge by what happens afterwards. When I was locked up, and here's where Puffy should feel really bad. When I was locked up, Puffy never put a fucking $10 bill, a penny, a quarter in my fucking commissary. He never fucking wrote me a letter. He didn't try to come see me. None of that. I got people like Oprah.
That's what you said, Puff, about Christopher Williams sucking your dick for a demo deal, and you cut him a check.
Puff had a brownstone, I believe, on 35th Street and like Park Avenue between, it's some brownstones down there, I believe 35th or 36th, and Mace was staying there, and I went to use the bathroom, and it was a dildo on the bathroom sink, and when I came out, I asked him what's about. He like, that's homeboy's joint, you know, I don't know what it's about. He always have girls over here, but I don't know. I said, well, it's on your sink, this is your bathroom, you're using this bathroom. I don't know where his bathroom at, you know what I'm saying? So, and that's word to my son, cause stop breathing.
Atlanta, we go to those exotic shops where you get all kind of, like, they buy oils, dildos, spooky! Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. So they would just give him a brown paper bag, and they wouldn't even. He'd never put his shit out on the counter when we get ready to take it out. He would always just give a man a wad of money. So they just thought it was cool. So they'll give him a brown bag. He'll go through there. So one day I was walking down the aisle with him, and so then he just stopped and he just started picking this shit up off the aisle. And he was getting, he went up there like several times just getting shit down. And so then. I pinned in on what he was, where he was getting it from, and because I was just staying a couple of feet behind him. So when I went by, I looked up. I said, yo. And I seen the shit up there and it said butt plugs. And I said, yo, my man, what'd you get this shit for? And the nigga said, yo, on everything I love, man. He said, yo, Rec, he said, yo, can I do my shopping by myself?
Yo,
this fucking
every
dungeon.
room should have, right.
Every house
So
should
I
have.
open a door, and in that room, there are a bunch of men. And they're all kind of like very like Romanesque, like laying about and, you know, kind of like very like kind of leaning on each other, not really spooning, but like conversationally spooning. Like if you were spooning but facing each other and like leaning up on your elbow and talking.
Like, how about this? Like in public, watching TV with a bunch of your friends and you're with your girlfriends.
Right, yes.
It would be like those guys kind of lounging on their girlfriends, but they're not fucking, because that would be weird
they
in
weren't
public.
fucking,
right.
but like you almost think that they should be feeding each other grapes. You know, stuff like that.
Okay.
Like, it was very like
regal lounging.
Very erotic.
Okay, all right.
Heavy erotica.
Yeah, like the drawings you would see of like old Greek
Yes, right,
hangouts.
exactly.
Yeah, I
or
understand.
like a fat Greek woman like laid on her side.
Yeah, it would almost be the prelude to an orgy.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh
Okay.
my god. It was so prelude to
Okay.
an orgy.
So explain.
So I look. So I'm there for a very brief amount of time because I open the door and clearly I'm not supposed to be in there. And I look, and who is lounging in my direct eye line? Puff Daddy and Felix the House Cat, famed house music producer.
Yeah, no, I know
are
who that is.
basically spooning each other. I swear to God, they're basically spooning and they're drinking a glass of Hennessy, and they're like sharing it. They're like passing it back and forth.
And everyone's talking?
And everyone's just like talking.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I see them, I'm like,
all men though. There's not
all
one
men,
woman in this room.
all men. And
Yeah.
they're all 100% on ecstasy. Like you can see Diddy's in like white linen being like, oh my God. Like rub ice on my nipples.
Right.
You know, like, oh, you're one of my best friends.
Right.
So the minute I make eye contact with him, like a gigantic bouncer comes over and says, get the fuck out. Because a lot of people turned and looked at me because it was very unexpected that like a fat guy with an afro,
Right.
with like no shirt on basically, like an open windbreaker, opened the door to like this like.
You are kind of a buzzkill.
Definitely.
If I'm on ecstasy and
Right,
getting
no.
ready for a gay
They're like,
orgy.
oh, this guy. Oh, he looks like fucking Gillette Gene Shalit. You know? So, but I looked right at Puff Daddy and he looked right at me.
Yeah.
And we made direct eye contact. And I got kicked out of the room.
Sure.
So that was that.
Yeah, fast. And obviously
So,
crazy. Fast
crazy.
forward.
So I was like, P. Diddy's clearly on ecstasy and he's clearly gay.
She was amping him to get stout. Then he was like, yo, he's like, yo, so yo, when we gonna get the chance to, you know, to kick it, like we can just hang out, nigga. We gotta kick it. This is Puff. Okay. You're telling me we gotta kick it and shit. And he was like, yo, why don't we like go shopping or some shit? I mean, like I pay for it. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga just said? I got the fuck away from him because I was like, this nigga like a fucking.
I owe you a dinner, man. I owe you a fucking dinner. I obviously can't afford to get
I'm
anything
gonna tell you,
else.
like I told Puffy, I don't let men take me out, sir. I'm good.
I got Mr. Lee.
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you put my
Chance with you. I
bag
like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
It's
when you
right here,
scrambling
it's
and
right
scraping
here.
for shit.
No. I got
I
notes
like
and
that.
shit. You know, I'll be practicing. I got
Yeah.
man.
Where I look
Did you
back
miss
on
me?
where I became.
Did you miss me though? For real, because I'm
I
saying
miss-
it seems like a thing.
I
with
miss
this
partying
birthday
with
party,
Puff, man. I
Man,
miss
but I'm
partying
talking about
with
for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really party. You know what I'm saying? Eyes.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you like a reminder?
Yeah, sure.
Play some.
Hey, yo, listen, yo, I love it all. I love it all, man.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
It's
scrambling
right here, it's right
and
here.
scraping for
No.
shit.
That was you?
Shit lit. You know what I'm saying? So, me and Nino just went on the terrace. Like, yo, let's go smoke. We're gonna go smoke one by ourselves. You know, there's a bunch of weed in there. Like, yo, let them smoke. Me and you gonna rub and go on the terrace. You know what I'm saying? And me and him were just sitting in there, just having one of the moments. Like, yo, can you believe it? Like, yo, dog. Like, oh shit, this shit really real. Like, yo, we got a deal. Like, you know, we just kids. We hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some told me to look over because of course we high up. You know, I'm looking over and I see like a few dudes walking down the block. I see the bandana. He's always wearing that bandana and shit. So I'm like,
he making it seem like he wasn't out there looking for Pac. Like it was just a coincidence. They was smoking some weed and Tupac just so happened to be rolling down the street and you noticed him because of his bandana.
And some told me to look over because of course we high up. You know, I'm looking over and I see like a few dudes walking down the block. I see the bandana. He's always wearing that bandana and shit. So I'm like,
Yo, let me say this real quick before we continue. You know, like in movies and in cartoons, when it's a villain